This basic storybook for kids has generated over $226,000 in passive income. Today I will present to you how to launch a similar business. We will start with developing a book, concept, writing the story and crafting high-quality illustrations, all while using the power of AI technology. If you want to make passive income, then stay tuned until the end of this video. I assure you that it will be packed with valuable information that you won't find anywhere else. I discovered this concept when exploring Amazon for prospective passive income ideas, which is how I discovered this children's storybook product. At first glance, it may appear to be simply another book, but after further research, I was astounded by the profits gained by these dealers selling such simple storybooks. For example, this book had 2,000 plus ratings, and if we multiplied that by the book's price of $25.16, we see that the seller gained over $68,000 plus off just a single book. I really loved the idea, so I decided to go ahead with it. The next stage was to build a plot plan. First, I asked the chatbot for titles for children's stories. I picked the one I liked the best, and then the chatbot generated a list of chapters and scenarios for each chapter based on the title. Chapter 1, Chapter 2, Chapter 3, Chapter 4, Chapter 5, and so on. Now that we have the chapter list, we can begin writing the actual story content by using each chapter. To do this, copy the first chapter, paste it into the chatbot, and set the prompt to write a rhythm story. The chatbot will then build a tale based on the chapter outline. If you don't like the results, you can generate a new story until you are satisfied. I repeated this process for all of the chapters, and within a few minutes I had a complete story ready to be turned into a book that could earn passive income without having to write anything myself. It's pretty amazing how quickly we came up with the story idea and all of the chapters, but there's still something we need to do before we begin and be prepared, because it's pretty mind-blowing. That a great story requires great pictures to accompany it, and that hiring an artist to draw those pictures can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. But what if I told you that the pictures you see in front of you right now were created using an AI art generator completely for free? Would you believe me? It's a means to create unique images simply by entering in some text, and that's exactly what I did to complete the first chapter of our novel. In the world of AI art generators, there are many options to choose from in my experience. I started out using Midjourney because it produced the best pictures and it was initially free to use, but that's no longer the case. They got rid of their free trial and you now have to pay for a membership to use it. So I did some digging to find a free alternative for you, and I came across Leonardo.ai. It's lately made waves in the AI art generator industry because it's thought to be just as good as Midjourney and you can use it for free. You can also upgrade to receive more perks if you desire. The process of signing up is a little complicated, so I'll quickly walk you through each step to create your account. First, go to Leonardo.ai. Once there, the website should appear something like this. In order to get the most out of the free version, I recommend choosing 1 under the number of images it generates per prompt so you can get as many images to use for your storybook. Type 𝐷 storybook, so it knows what kind of art style to use, then click Generate, and wait for the image to be generated. One thing I want to mention is that the free version of Leonardo.ai allows you to generate 150 images, but then it resets every 8 hours. I'll demonstrate how to combine the text produced by ChatGPT and the graphics produced by Leonardo.ai to create a storybook that looks professional. First, enter storybook into the search bar on canva.com. Then, click here to create a blank storybook, and add the AI-generated photos to it. Drag and drop your first image into the template, then open ChatGPT and copy the first section of your story. Paste it over your image, then edit the text by changing the color, font, style, adding shadows, and more. Once you're done, duplicate the template so you can add a new image while maintaining the same style. Repeat the procedure for each chapter. Once you've finished writing your book, save it as a PDF. You've now finished creating your very own storybook, and all that's left to do is publish it on Amazon to begin making passive income. To briefly summarize, the steps you need to take are: to come up with your tale concept, use GPT Chat, create a chaptered outline for your story using the Leonardo.ai art generator. Using Canva, add the story's text to the photos and send your children's book to Amazon KDP as a PDF for printing. Thanks for tuning into this wild trick of earning money, and be sure to stay tuned for more exciting content from us in the future.